everyone, Ewan Tabakoli here, a lawyer and international speaker, and today coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona, and here with me is Kevin Harrington, a worldwide renowned serial entrepreneur whose businesses all around the world are making billions of dollars of revenues in sales. He is an international influencer and speaker as well, and the original shark from the hit TV show Shark Tank. Kevin,
hey,
hi.
Hey, good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I love that intro. That was very nice.
So let's continue that way if you want more of that.
Fantastic. Good to be here.
Thank you so much. It's very much likewise. Kevin, as you know, I help people who are in corporate jobs transition to launch their own businesses. And as you know, on this week there are a lot of risks and challenges in connection with this process.
Yes.
So today I would appreciate some of your valuable success secrets and business tips for our friends and probably also my clients.
Yes.
So are you good to go? I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, look forward to it. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of corporate people that want to transition into entrepreneurialism. So I love that subject.
Okay, wonderful. So the first question goes like this. What are the biggest risks for someone launching a new business?
So when someone is in a steady job, corporate, they've got a paycheck, it comes in every week, they've got insurance, they've got this, they've got that, they're generally, their bills are being paid and everything is good. But they're not building necessarily any huge value and long-term wealth, so to speak, right? So I have had family members, a brother and others that I've seen that were happy to have a job, but they weren't as motivated necessarily to retire with a much larger equity base, right? So when you shift gears, the important thing is this: you need to make sure that you have enough capital to cover the overheads of your family and your rents and your mortgages and things like that, because it's you don't want to take too much risk where you're off taking everything and dumping it into something that might be risky. So I think the advantage is this: if you hit the right thing, you can have tremendous success and make I think the big thing people like about entrepreneurship, they get to control their own destiny.
The freedom,
right? So they don't have to work just a 9-to-5 situation. They may want to take a day off, but they may want to work twice as hard, take some vacations, but they get freedom to do what they want. They can and enjoy themselves more. They aren't reporting to the boss that, by the way, you might be fired someday too, right? I mean, I've seen people that worked somewhere for 14 years and they came in and they were let go.
Without even prior notice.
With no notice and gone. So I believe everybody out there, no matter, and I say that sometimes you could do sort of, I call it like a part-time entrepreneurship program where you can develop something that's part-time extra income. Maybe you start with weekends or nights after work, and you get that income growing until it starts becoming a very steady stream. And then when it gets to a point that it's making more than you were making from your job, then you can start thinking about maybe becoming a full-time entrepreneur.
Wonderful. So actually, I'm very happy that I also developed this system that I'm calling in my business the graceful game-changing system. So just helping people to change their career game gracefully.
Right.
I mean, not the way I did it myself. I did overnight. Okay, that's also part of my nature. But I'm helping people do it gracefully, and that goes very much in line with what you just shared.
Yeah, because you need a transition. People that are used to that 9-to-5 to just jolt yourself all of a sudden, and maybe some entrepreneurial positions might require 80 hours of work. I mean, that can be too much of a shock to the system. So I love that word, gracefully.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The second question goes like, you have been for so long involved in so many businesses worldwide, generating billions of dollars of revenues. For a person like you, is it also still the same situation like also all other human beings? Do you feel sometimes a kind of uncertainty prior to getting involved into a new business or project? So just like every other human being, or?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. I do, every time I approach a new business, I have a little bit of a wondering, are we going to be able to make it happen? Yes, because
due diligence.
that's sort of a necessary process, like you said, of checking out the due diligence. But what I like to do is I then look at my Rolodex and I say, okay, who do I know that might be able to help me in this venture? And if I can see, enough people where we need this person for this and this person for that, and rely on my team of experts to help me, because I'm at a situation in my life where I don't have time to devote 100% to any one project. I need to come in as an advisor and bring the muscle of my Rolodex.
You still keep the overview while bringing people
yes.
in.
So I come in an equity stake. I'll many times put money in or end up somehow with an equity stake in the business. I want to be able then to bring my team, my digital experts, my depending on the business. If it happens to be a product, my manufacturing connections, my distribution connections, my retail distribution experts, et cetera, et cetera. So if I see that I've got 3 or 4, or 2 or 3 of my team that can help, then I feel a lot more comfortable, because I also get them to tell me what they think about how we can do this. So it isn't just me saying, I'm going to make this successful. It's a teamwork effort to make it successful.
Okay, great. So you have your strategy actually how to overcome those kind of fears and uncertainty by providing or acquiring enough collective consciousness or collective teamwork.
I mean, let me just say it this way real fast. If I'm going to invest in something, and I think maybe I think this looks good, if I run it by 5 of my experts and all 5 of them say, don't touch this, okay, then I don't do the deal. If 4 or 5 out of the 5 or 3 out of the 5 say, that is a great business and this is why, and I can help, then it becomes something that's much easier for me to make my decision.
Wonderful. It's also worth the risk.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this wonderful, valuable tip. One other question is, like, if somebody's getting started with a business, would you advise to just shoot for international market or first staying with a local market?
It depends on the business or the product, but I always, I live in Tampa, Florida. We're in Phoenix here today, but we do business in Zurich and in Europe and in Asia. I don't like to take something right away to international until I test it domestically in the U.S. for me. Okay. And so I don't necessarily have to do it right in Tampa, but I like to get a test close to home, because I can monitor it, stay on top of it, interview people, et cetera. And then we generally will take it on an international level. So, because sometimes things don't apply as well on an international level, and it takes a lot of massaging and doing things, testing and moving things around a little bit. So I like to do that domestically in the U.S., and many times I'll do it in Florida, because that's where
where you're really based.
Where I'm based, right? And then I expand it out from there, and then I go international.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. My last question is, people always pitch their business ideas to you. So you're also known for this as a professional who just can also evaluate the quality of those pitches, if they're worth for you to get involved or to have an investment in it. Does it also happen that you have to pitch yourself?
Oh, wow. So yes, I believe that, I have a track record, and I'm proud of the things that I've done over my 40 years as an entrepreneur. I'm an old entrepreneur now. So, but this is the thing. Just because I'm an entrepreneur that's had success, how does it apply to the actual project that we're doing? And let me give you a good example. I've done lots of products, but I was never known for the beauty industry. Right? That's was a separate side of the business. I was doing fitness products and kitchen products and houseware products and hardware products, kind of gadgets. And then there was another side of the business that was the beauty side. And so one day I wanted to get into the beauty business, and I had to pitch my skills as an entrepreneur in the business of launching products, but then I brought a beauty expert that had been part of L'Oreal. Actually, he was the president of L'Oreal for many, many years. And so for 10 years, he ran L'Oreal, which was a $5 billion company. So I pitched me and I pitched him, and that was a 1 + 1 equaled 5 to give us. We raised millions of dollars in the process, and that became a very successful situation. So I say, don't ever think that everybody knows who you are, what you do, and how.
Too good.
You really have to always be ready to make that perfect pitch.
Wonderful. That's great. So it means always having a respect for a new area of business when you're not into it.
Absolutely.
Thinking you're too good in one area, then you can fit in everywhere.
Right now, there's a lot of things happening in the world of crypto and cryptocurrencies and blockchain, and I had no experience in that. But I'm aligning people that do have that experience, and we're doing some amazing things.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What is a perfect pitch for you?
Well, a perfect pitch, I'm going to give you a real quick way to remember a perfect pitch. And this is something that I don't share with a lot, because sometimes it can take a long time to tell you what a perfect pitch is. But this is what you do. You tease. When you're making a pitch, you got to have an attention-getting tease that has some kind of a problem. So get their attention with a problem by teasing them. Then you please them by solving the problem with solutions and benefits and maybe some testimonials. So you tease, you please, and then you seize. And when you seize, you give them an irresistible offer. Okay?
Wow.
So tease with an attention-getting problem, please by solving the problem with some great benefits and testimonials, and seize by making an irresistible offer that they can't refuse. And then that's a perfect pitch. It's going to work every time.
Amazing. Thank you very, very much for sharing so much value in such a short amount of time. So don't forget to seize. Oh, no. Tease, please, and seize. So that would be the secret of a great pitch. Here, Evan Tavakoli, lawyer and international expert and speaker, signing off from Phoenix, Arizona, with our wonderful serial entrepreneur and pitch expert, Kevin Harrington. Have a good time.
Great to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Kevin.